42 years ago in pop culture history, Vanessa Williams became the first black woman to be named Miss America. But while this accomplishment was groundbreaking, it was cut short after nude photos of Vanessa were released without her permission. Vanessa Lynn Williams was born March 18, 1963 in the Bronx, New York. Both of her parents were teachers in the public school system, and so because of this, Vanessa grew up around music and was encouraged to explore the arts. She played multiple different instruments, including the piano, the violin, and the French horn. She also studied classical and jazz dance and dreamed of being the first black woman to perform with the Radio City Rockettes. She graduated high school and went on to Syracuse University in their theater's arts program. It was at Syracuse University that a friend convinced Vanessa to compete in the Miss Greater Syracuse pageant. She did win the title, and if you know anything about pageants, they really just tier upward. So once you win Miss Greater Syracuse, you go on to compete for Miss New York, and she won that, and so she went on to compete for Miss America. Going undefeated in your very first pageant run is literally insane, but when she won Miss America, she became the first black woman to win the title. However, just 10 months after she was crowned Miss America, she did give up the title after nude photos of her were released in the Penthouse magazine without her consent. Vanessa took these pictures 2 years before the actual pageant, and she took them with a photographer that she did trust. She said she was okay with the nude photos as long as her face was not in them, she couldn't be identified, and they were never released to the public. Obviously, none of that stayed true. So Vanessa did hold a press conference where she announced that she would be stepping down from the title of Miss America. With her stepping down, Miss New Jersey, also known as Suzette Charles, became the new Miss America. Suzette was actually black as well, so she became the second black person to win Miss America. I personally would love to have a conversation with Vanessa Williams because I would just love to know how this all unfolded and why she stepped down, because obviously this was not her fault, but it also wasn't completely fair. There's a lot of the dynamics that I'm missing, obviously, by just not being alive during that time period, but I would love to know. But despite the scandal, this was not the last time we saw Vanessa Williams. She made her debut acting appearance in the movie Soul Food. She also started releasing music, including the songs The Right Stuff and Save the Best for Last, which stayed in the Billboard Hot 100 list for 5 weeks in 1994. And she also made her Broadway debut in the musical Kiss of the Spider-Woman. In the early 2000s, she also starred in hit TV shows Ugly Betty and Desperate Housewives. 30 years after the scandal in 2016, the Miss America organization actually issued Vanessa Williams a public apology. She was serving as a judge this year, and I think she was overall very pleased with the public apology. She said it was something that her and her family just needed to be able to get closure and move on. Suzette Collins, on the other hand, was not feeling it. She said that it was all for ratings and did not think it was sincere. As of right now, Vanessa Williams' #1 priority is being an amazing mother of 4. She has 3 children with her first husband, Ramon Harvey, as well as 1 child with former actor and NBA player Rick Fox. Also, fun fact, if you weren't aware, Vanessa Williams' daughter Jillian is one half of the music duo Lion Babe. If you have not heard their music, you should go check them out because I really like it.